And action! What is up, guys? How's everybody doing today? What is today's mission?
Well, we're actually going to look at a dirt bike, and might just have to come home with it.
Yeah! What is good, bud?
Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo.
Enjoying the beautiful scenery.
It is really nice out.
Tell us about this bike we're getting.
I really wanted to get a dirt bike lately, so I was scrolling down Craigslist and I found an 09 KX250F for cheap. So I messaged the guy. Wasn't sure if it ran or not. It didn't say it on the ad at first. And then like I was texting him, he said like he pulled it out after winter this year and like it wouldn't start, but it was getting spark to the plug. And he said he like replaced the fuel line from the tank to the carburetor.
So most likely your typical dirty carb problems.
Yeah, he said he didn't clean the carb, so like that's what I'm thinking. And I'm just gonna go for it.
Oh shit, shit. Oh, holy, that was close.
Been on film too. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Did I say it to you?
Yo, you said shit and I looked and I like wasn't.
Oh my god, like I don't even know what.
Dude, when I looked over, I thought my life ended. I was like, it's done.
Oh my, is that the camera's fault? Like, were we distracted or like?
Well, I looked over and I didn't see nothing, and then like I looked again.
Alright.
They didn't even bother.
Yeah, they didn't stop. That would have been their fault.
Yeah.
Okay, it was one of those flashing, you know, red lights where everybody's supposed to stop and like treat it like a stop sign. He didn't stop at all.
No, like that was.
So that would have been his fault because we were there before him, and like it was our turn to go, if I'm not mistaken.
I checked, and then like he just come book, and he was doing like 60 miles an hour, and like he didn't even bother to even swerve or anything.
And he didn't like even react after. It seemed like, I don't know. That would have been his fault.
All I gotta say is if that car would have hit us at that speed, this whole front of that truck would have been gone. Like this would have been the most treacherous video y'all ever would have seen in your whole life.
So did you get to ride it at all in the time you had it? Or?
Yeah, I took it out in the spring and I couldn't get it started. I replaced the fuel line because it was all crappy. And there's a clutch lever and a regular brake lever in there at the bottom. There's extra bolts that are specifically for that. Like, pretty sure it's like a 3.5 gallon tank on it or something like that.
Yeah. Is there any fuel in it right now?
Yes.
Do you mind if I try and start it?
You go ahead.
Really low compression.
Might need a rebuild.
Yeah, it's a nice bike, but it's gonna need rings.
It's gonna need a rebuild.
Yeah, but it's not worth it to me to part it out.
To do all the work.
Yeah, it's gonna need rings.
It's not hard.
It's not hard. Rip the whole entire
Yeah, no, I've rebuilt bikes.
Porsche.
Just extra piston rings.
And the timing chain, cams, valves. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do
It's
extra.
nothing like
A lot of extra
Nothing
tuning.
like a tush. It is a nice bike. I mean, it's got so much done to it, but I don't feel like ripping into a motor right now.
He didn't say it needed a rebuild in the ad, did he?
No.
So there could be like other things, because that's pretty obvious that it does.
Yeah,
so there could be other things he's hiding too.
No matter what, whatever you put into the bike, it's still gonna be worth it, because that bike's nice. But like for me, as of right now, like I don't want to put that money into the bike. James is probably like haggling right now. Like.
I don't know, I would say if you're not looking for a project, then maybe pass on it.
I'm pissed I had to drive all the way out here and almost die, because I wish people would say that it doesn't have compression in the ads. Like, you're gonna waste my time.
Well, the fact that, like, I think he was, you know, maybe trying to hide that, and, like, he was hoping to get somebody that didn't know what they were looking for, so there could be other things.
I'm not wasting my money, bro. Like, I wasted a lot of money before, and I'm looking for something I can ride. Alright, well, we'll go talk to him a little bit. Did you guys crack the case by any chance? It'll always have low compression, so.
Yeah, I mean,
And you know the top end's gonna need done, and especially if it was a 2-stroke, it'd be completely different, you know.
Yeah.
Because I could do that in less than 5 hours and then $120, you know. But that's gonna cost a lot more. It's gonna cost at least $300 for a piston and rings kit for that. Plus, if it needs valves or the head or anything, you know, and that ripping half the motor apart as well. I just don't really want to get into that. It's definitely a nice bike though.
Well, like I said, it ran great. You know what I mean? It ran good when first.
You want it? How much did you were asking?
$12.50.
$12.50. What's the lowest you'd do for that?
1,000.
I don't think I'll be able to do that. It's a nice bike. Don't get me wrong. You definitely have a nice bike. Honestly, if I was you, I'd keep it and rebuild it. Because it's worth a lot more than $1,000. It's got someone put some money into it. If I was looking for something like a project or something to build, I would 100%, no doubts about it, I'd give you the money. But I'm looking for something to ride, you know, or something that has a little bit less of a project. But I appreciate you guys letting me come check it out, though.
Well, we know what you guys are gonna say. Oh, you should have bought it. You had all this money put into it and this and that.
I really wish I could buy it, and it's really tempting to go back and buy it, but I'm really looking for something that I can ride right now that runs, or at least like has small problems, like a little small project.
In my opinion, I think overall the bike was a 100% steal. Upgrades alone, we're talking at least 12 to 1500 in upgrades on the bike.
Probably even more than that.
Unfortunately, you know, it just needed a whole new rebuild. It was clapped out, and it just needed some work that we didn't feel like getting into.
Well, the other thing is, like, you can't test the clutch as it is. Like, it could have been, and he said it had carb problems, and you know, he was kind of hiding the fact that it needed a rebuild. He didn't say it had bad compression or anything in the ads, so that tells me that there could be like other problems. There could be valve problems.
And he said he only had it for a year and rode it twice.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
Yeah,
that's the thing that's like, you just want to run away.
Yeah. Everybody says like, oh, you know, it ran great when we got it. Well, it's like usually all bikes run great when you get them. Like, you don't ride a bike twice and then the compression gets that bad, you know?
Yeah.
He definitely had a great bike on his hands, but it's just not a project that the haggler wanted to get into right now. Just checking out my old crib.
That's nice.
Day 2. What is up, guys? It's actually the next day here, back at it with the haggler. What are we doing?
We're going to attempt to buy a dirt bike for the second day in a row. We're looking at a YZ125. I don't remember the year.
The budget has slightly increased. What's the budget today? 1,200?
Yeah, but I'm still gonna try and get it for 1,000.
He wants 1,200. We brought 1,200. Well, we're gonna do some haggling. And on a side note, we are right by Lee Derby Squid's trails, which is kind of funny. Not Lee Derby Squid, Moto Squid, I'm sorry. And we have just arrived. We think this is the place.
Shock linkage and swing arm, top and bottom shock mounts, all that stuff we just redid.
Are you friends with the kid that lives like right over there? I think he has a Raptor. Yeah, Jake.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're friends with Jake. We did a YouTube video with him a while back.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, were you the quad guys again?
Yeah, we're the quad guy. Yeah, man. That's what we do. We do YouTube videos.
Dylan, what's up?
Not bad. Definitely goes.
Yeah. The top end could probably use freshened up. If this guy hadn't kind of like screwed us around, I probably would have put a ring in it before this weekend. I'm kind of particular about the way the bike runs. So. And like I said, who knows? We might end up hanging on to this bike for next year. I kind of put it on Craigslist prematurely because we found out about these other 2 bikes that aren't listed for sale from somebody like a friend of a friend that races that has these 2 bikes. And so we wanted one of them. Well, I'll throw his on Craigslist. If it works out and we can sell it, then we'll do it. And if not, whatever, you know. So that's why, like, I threw that picture on there last week and just to kind of see what happened.
Is there anything else up there you'd sell?
I mean, I have a 252 stroke, but it's not even together yet. What are you thinking? This is not enough power for what you want?
Well, I mean, it's enough power. I really do want a 250, but
Yeah.
like I was just looking to find something that was cheaper. I just want to get a bike.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and with this, like, you can only race this
Yeah.
next weekend or
Yeah.
something.
Right.
Plus, you have all the parts you gotta take
Yeah,
off.
but like I said, if you really wanted it, I mean, I could tear it down right now and have him ride another bike for tomorrow. That's up to you.
I'm not gonna hold you off the line, so.
Yeah, but if you if you were that interested and you didn't want to wait around or whatever, you could always come back for it like Monday or. It's up to you, like how bad you want it.
Just trying to think.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love to sell you the bike, but like a lot of the stuff you're gonna look at on Craigslist, like I told you, like this swing arm and like top and bottom shock mounts and like all that linkage and everything, people, like, I know people like never touch those, because when I got this bike I had to tear all that stuff out of there and push all the old stuff out. It was all just like nubs of metal in there, and I know people don't do that, and you have to do that, especially as much as he rides, like once every 2.5 months. And like wheel bearings, I pull wheel bearings in there and I put the good ones in. Not like a perfect bike, I just took the calipers all apart and greased the pins so the calipers slide real nice. I put a whole new water pump bearing and seal in there. Like,
Oh, thanks for letting me come out. It's definitely a nice bike.
yeah,
I really like it.
yeah, like I said, it might not be as much power as you want, but it's definitely probably going to be better, like maintenance wise.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of the stuff you're going to see on that.
You got quite the shop set up in there for bikes.
Yeah, I'm always working on something between there.
Hey, thanks for showing it to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Why does this always happen?
Unfortunately, we are going home empty-handed again.
I just quit.
I'll tell you what though, this guy was pretty awesome. Like he knew his stuff. Like that was probably one of the best maintained bikes that we could have got.
But the guy literally wanted to take everything off the bike. I'm like, and like it wasn't even ready to sell today. Like even if I wanted it, I'd have to come back all the way back to buy
Yeah,
it.
that was the problem with this one. Like, cool bike. He was ready to sell the bike and everything, but he wanted to take
The forks off, the rear shock, the gas tank,
And
the
then-
bars, the bark busters.
and then put the stock stuff back on.
Yeah. I was like, man.
So I guess the hunt will continue for now.
2 hours later.
Hello. What is up, guys?
Back at it again on bike number 3 here. What are we looking at next? Why am I driving?
It's a 2006 KX 250F. It runs, you have to bump start it, and then once it warms up, you have to kick start it. So I'm thinking this one probably needs rings too. It has carb issues as well, so we're gonna go check this one out. The reason why we're in the Penny's truck is because my truck started acting up again, and I think it needs 4 more injectors. I replaced 4 injectors the other day, and now I think it needs the other 4. So, yeah.
Bought a Ranger. For some reason, everybody we go to look at a bike, they're all on a time crunch for some reason, don't know what the deal is. And a little tip for you guys at home, when you're going to buy bikes, make sure they tell you everything before you go, because we're probably going on 2 bikes that have low compression, and then the one before, like, the guy wanted to let his kid race it the next day and like take a bunch of parts off. So little tip, just get more details up front. It'll help you out in the long run.
And who would have thought that spending $1,000 was so hard?
Yeah, you could just give it to me and like would be good.
I don't think so, bud.
Anyway though, we're trying to lose this guy.
Back again, guys. So this kid like made us meet him at McDonald's. We pull in, and there's no dirt bike anywhere. And I'm like,
Now we're following him.
now we're following him to where the bike's at.
This might be the last time you see us. We're going out in the boonies.
Really low.
doesn't have brakes.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you can push it up a little bit and then coast it down and bump start it. It's easier than